Hey everybody, what's up and welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. I want to wish all you guys happy Halloween. Hope you're having a good one. And I thought what better time than to do a video about Axl Rose's, notorious Halloween parties. If you guys have been following Guns N' Roses along their entire career, or you're a big Axl fan, you know he's a huge fan of Halloween. And I want to talk about some of the stories that we've heard about Axl and his Halloween parties he throws every year, as well as some pictures that maybe you guys haven't seen before from Axl's past Halloween parties. So in the year 2000, Rolling Stone did an article about Axl Rose, about basically him disappearing and talking about the inside story of rock's most famous recluse. So this is kind of where we first heard of Axl's Halloween parties and his love of Halloween. According to the article, Axl throws a costume party every Halloween for friends and their families. Enormous pumpkins ring the swimming pool and spiderwebs hang in the trees. Specially built mazes and forts rattle with squealing children. Almost as excited as a child, Axl himself has been known to dash around and toy with every attraction. One past guest gets the impression that Axl is trying to recreate his own childhood, albeit one better than his actually was. The Halloween scene in the past few years hasn't been what it once was. His parties have been getting smaller and smaller, recalls one guest, the ever-shrinking universe. Last Halloween, Axl appeared outfitted as a pig, scarring a few of the children in attendance. Guests helped themselves to past and barbecue chicken. Loud rock and roll made conversation difficult. Now, we also had some more stories about Axl Rose's infamous Halloween parties. So, according to Mick Wall's book, The Unauthorized Biography of William Axl Rose, or WAR, once a year he would invite friends and their families over for a special Halloween costume party, decorating the swimming pool with pumpkin lanterns and dangling fake spider webs from the overhanging palms. He also had special mazes built. Guests at these parties later described him as almost as excited as the children present as he dashed around enjoying himself. Dave Quackenbush, a vocalist with the LA punk band The Vandals and a guest at the 1999 Halloween party, recalls Axl wearing a dinosaur outfit. When some kids approached him and asked if he was Barney the dinosaur, he told them that Barney was a pussy. So one time GNR drummer Josh Freese, who worked with GNR back in the late 90s and early 2000s, is actually a member of the punk rock group The Vandals. So in the same interview where they talked about Axl's Halloween party, they also had this to say. They said Josh can only talk to Axl through his lawyers now, laughs Joe. He emailed his resignation because he didn't want to sit around waiting another year, so he joined a perfect circle with a couple of his bald friends. That guy has to rock, he's a road dog. But surely Guns N' Roses are the very antithesis of a band like The Vandals. So that's why it was so great, grins Dave. Besides, I got to go to Axl Rose's house where I was made to sign a contract of confidentiality. So now I can't talk about the fact that I saw Axl in a dinosaur suit on Halloween, or that I saw him push his piano into a swimming pool. So these are some photos from Axl Rose's 1994 Halloween party. He's dressed up as a year of corn, and this photo is taken from his personal assistant Craig Duswall's book that came out a couple years ago. Here's another picture of Axl from his 94 Halloween party. That's him with Dizzy Reed's daughter. And this is a picture of Axl's 1995 Halloween party. So according to one of the attendees, Axl at one of the Halloween parties dressed up as an Easter bunny and helped kids find Easter eggs on his property. And then in 2001, there were rumors going on around Buckethead leaving the band. So according to the same article, Rose couldn't have had better PR. They say Fernando reveals that in addition to his annual Halloween parties with the best grade tequila spewing from a fountain, Rose also throws one for downtrodden and underprivileged children, even constructing a playground for the tykes. So in 2012, Axl Rose appeared on the ABC show Jimmy Kimmel Live to promote Guns N' Roses' upcoming residency in Las Vegas, and he told the story of Halloween at his house. So he revealed that he actually has a Halloween tree, which you can see here. So according to Rose, he said, "It's one of the most evil things I've ever done," he told Kimmel. "We have these Halloween parties and I decided let's have a Halloween tree." So we did the tree and put out presents, and families come with their little kids, and the little kids stand there and go, "Oh, you don't have a Halloween tree?" And they go, "No," and I'd give them a present, and then their parents would call me for about 3 months, "You son of a." So Rose also mentioned he once dressed up as a giant ear of corn for Halloween. Rose also mentioned that when somebody in Guns N' Roses is in trouble, they refer to it as getting the corn. So in 2004, Velvet Revolver celebrated Halloween their own way. Slash went as Buckethead for Halloween that year, and Scott Weiland dressed up as Axl Rose from the 80s. Now let's talk a little bit about Slash and his love of Halloween. So here's him from 2013 talking about what Halloween means to him and his family. And here's some clips of Slash talking to the paparazzi during one Halloween a couple of years ago, and Slash visiting a horror-themed maze from a couple of years ago, and Slash talking about the elephant in the room during Halloween, running into people dressed like him.
Do you set aside certain films to watch solely for, through the month of October?
That's an interesting question. I mean, you know what? Usually you can find a marathon of some sort that's actually pretty good.
It makes it easy for you. You just kind of sit down.
There's no sitting around at my house for Halloween. We get very heavy into, decorating, and it's my favorite. It's all of my family's favorite holiday of the year, so we get really into that.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole trick or treat thing, blah blah blah. So all things considered, if I was going to play anything at Halloween of my own volition, it would probably be something like the Exorcist or The Fog, or it's just something dark and creepy.
Yeah.
Hey man, you think I'd recognize you?
I don't understand.
You tried. I think it's just the neck tattoo gave you away.
Senor, hola. What do you think about the laws in Arizona where they can just check anyone's ID for immigrants?
Oh, all things considered.
Didn't they fix that?
Viva la revolución!
Yep. Slash, what inspired your costume today? Mexico?
I don't know. He's a bandolero. I forgot. You know what? You're the only person today, now two, where there's actually a real person dressed up. There was actually someone dressed up as you today. And now I see someone dressed up as,
We're all fucking dictators or historical figures.
Oh, now I get it. All right, Slash.
All right, Slash. You rock, man.
I've been looking forward to this for months and months and months. It's one of those things where you're just going to go in and just see what happens, you know what I mean? Because I know there's a lot of stuff going on in there. The visual experience and just the whole, that it all becomes one. And so I'm hoping that's what happens with the Clownage.
Thing that ever happened to me on Halloween really was when I was a little kid. We'd gone out trick-or-treating and we had this really great sort of scary haunted house sounds record that my dad had picked up, and he turned off all the lights in the apartment. And so when we came home, he had this record on, and as a little kid, I was probably 6, 7 years old, to hear this really well done sort of werewolves and ghosts and all this kind, and chains rattling and all this shit, and you walk into a dark apartment, and I'll never forget that. It scared the shit out of me. Silliest Halloween story is going to Halloween parties and finding guys dressed as you at them. That's pretty funny. There was one recent, I guess it was last year, the year before last, I went to a Halloween party in Hollywood, and I went with my wife and a bunch of her friends, and we went into this one hotel room and hung out, and there was 3 different guys dressed like Slash, and then there was this one guy dressed like Slash and with his girlfriend named looked like Axl. And they were, and they insisted on talking to me the entire time, and we were stuck in this room because we had friends there and there was no escape, and so embarrassing but true.
So that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Are you guys excited for Halloween? Do you guys go any members of Guns N' Roses for Halloween, or have you done so in the past? Let me know in the comment section. Be sure to hit the like video if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to share the video as well. You guys can also follow me over at Facebook and Twitter, and you can also support my channel on Patreon. The links to my Patreon and social media are all down below in the description box. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you love Guns N' Roses. Take care.